y'all, it's Taylor from yokieB.com. Welcome to my channel where I share crochet and knitting patterns and tutorials, as well as finished projects and lots of fun fiber things. My cat is chewing on my knitting needles. Just finished up a yarn organization series. I didn't plan on it being a series, but I had so much yarn and so much footage that I put it into two parts. So if you want to check that out, I will link it down below in the description box. But I put all my yarn together by weight and color, and I just love seeing it all put together. But I thought today, can you see my cat back here? But it is actually knit along time again. Yay! If you have been following along with me for a while, you know how much I love knit collage, and it is such a treat to be a part of the knit alongs. This will be the fourth knit along that I've done. I did the spring 2020 and fall 2020 and then spring 2021. So I am locked in. I am loving doing these knit alongs and I can't wait to share with you all of the designs and which one I'm going to be picking. I'll also show you colors and new yarns that I'm excited to try, and I can't wait to dive into all the knit along goodness. I was inspired by the Essentials Club to kind of do a project finishing, and I'll just talk about the knit along while I finish my scarf. I really need to finish my Plaidtastic scarf, which is another project that I did with the leftover yarn that I had from the last knit along. So I thought it might be fun if we finish my scarf, and I will just tell you guys all about the details of the upcoming knit along. I'm back now the next day to finish up my Plaidtastic scarf. I'm super excited to get this scarf finished, and I actually had to figure out where I was in the pattern because it had been so long since I had picked it up, but thankfully it wasn't too hard to figure out where I was. Today I'm going to share all of the Knit Collage Knit Along details with you, all of the designs and the yarn colors and everything. I hope that you guys will consider joining. It's just such a great and fun experience, and it's just such a treat to be able to work with this amazing yarn, to make something fun. There is such an awesome sense of community, and we'll link a playlist in the description box of all of my knit along videos if you want to check those out. It would be so awesome if you wanted to join as well. I am an affiliate with Knit Collage, and so if you do decide to join, I would love it if you would use my affiliate link. Do make a commission off of those sales. It really does help me out so much, and I really appreciate it. If you do decide to join the knit along, consider using my affiliate link. I will put it down in the description box below. I did want to share with you guys the yarns that I was going to use to finish up my scarf. I think I've used up all of my Knit Collage scraps that I was going to use for the contrast colors, and so I decided to just add in some of my other scraps. Thankfully I can see everything now that my yarn is organized. I do actually have some wildflower yarn left, but I want to save that for the pillow. I do think I have enough of the lavender dust and the spun cloud to finish a scarf, but if for some reason I don't, I will just use some of this orchid. I think even if I use a little bit of this, I can still use it for the pillow that I have planned. I'm going to use this, and then also I'm going to use this color for the tassels at the end. I do have this King Cole Limited yarn that's a thick and thin that I think I will use for some of the contrast color. I actually mentioned it in my yarn organization video. And then I have this like fabric waste yarn, I think they were going to throw it away, and my friend Becca kind of saved yarns that were going to be thrown away and sold them, and so I got this from her. And I also mentioned this in my yarn organization video, but I'm going to keep using this as a contrast color. And then a little bit of batik fabric as well that I have. I actually used that in the bottom of the scarf already. I think I will continue with that. I will just use up the rest of that, which yay for using up scraps. I think that we will get going. So first up of the Knit Collage designs is the Magic Mountain Cardi. This is such a cool cardigan, and honestly it was really hard not to pick this one, but I actually decided on a different design. I may have to go back and do this one later, but I just think it's so cool because it's worked top down, and then it's just a stranded color work. But then there is some steeking. I have never done steeking before, but it's when you cut into your yarn. And yes, it definitely sounds scary. But I also think it's so cool to learn new things. That's one thing about these knit alongs, is I think that I have always learned something new. So each time I have learned a new technique, and it's just so awesome to learn something new and grow in your knitting. And so that is one thing that I really love. Plus there's so many helpful tutorials, so many video tutorials, and of course they are always there to help you if you have any questions. It's an awesome way to grow in your knitting, and that's why it was hard not to choose this one, but I decided to choose another one that I just couldn't resist the color work on, and that is the Express Yourself sweater. I really love this Serenity Boucle yarn, and I really want to try these new colors. I just couldn't resist it. Plus I really want to work on my color work. It is not something that I have done a lot of. I've just done a little bit of it, and so I really want to get better at color work. So I thought that this would be a great way to do it. So I'm super excited to dive into this sweater. It's so pretty. I love this yarn. It is so light and airy. I actually knitted my gumdrop sweater from the previous knit along in this yarn, and y'all, it is just the coolest texture. I can't wait to show you guys the colors that I chose. I'm gonna let that be a surprise. I have even purchased an extra skein of yarn so that I could add in an extra color, so stay tuned for what those colors are. But I just love this yarn, and I think this color work is beautiful, so I'm super excited to get going on this sweater. So next up in the knit along designs is the It Up Cardi, and this was also a hard one not to choose. I have to say, it was just so hard to decide between all of these because they're so cute. But this one also uses the Spun Cloud yarn, and this is the color High Vibes that's shown here. I have used that color. I used that for my Sunburst pillow that was in the Spring 2021 knit along. I love the loop stitch. This one is also worked top down, and I just think that it is a super cool sweater. And I think that I may end up making this one later. You get all of the knit along styles when you purchase your one kit, so you can always make the other patterns later, and you can purchase Knit Collage yarn, or you can use scraps or whatever. I'm super excited because I really want to make more than one of these sweaters. One of the colors in the Spun Cloud that I have my eye on, and it was so hard not to choose it for the last knit along when I made a sweater for my mom. I ended up going with the Orchid, but I really love this color. It's minty. It is the perfect shade of mint, turquoisey, like it is just gorgeous. I think in the future I may have to make a It Up Cardi in that, or possibly the color highlighter. I mean, y'all know I love a neon, and this is just amazing. Those are the two Spun Cloud colors that I have my eye on, and I just think this It Up Cardi is so cute. It's so fun, and I've never done the loop stitch in knitting. I've done it in crochet, but never in knitting, so I think that would be another fun thing to learn for the knit along. And the last of the 4 designs that are the main designs, now there's bonus patterns that I will show you guys as well, but last is the Shake Your Groove Thing poncho, and this is also a super cute design, and I almost picked this one as well, especially because my husband really liked this one and he wanted me to pick this one because it's kind of different than other garments that I have. I don't think I have any ponchos. I've made ponchos for other people, but I don't think I have any in my own closet. But anyway, this one is super cool, and I really love all of the different colors of yarn in it. I just think it's so pretty. I really love Knit Collage Dreamland yarn. That is my absolute favorite of all the yarns, and there's definitely some of that in there. So I think I will probably make this one in the future. I just don't know when. It's an easy pattern, and so this is an awesome option as well. Kits are live on the Knit Collage website for the knit along, but they're only live for a week and then they go away, so make sure if you have your eye on one to grab it before next Tuesday. There's just a sneak peek so far. I just love all of these little, especially love these. This is that Dreamland yarn that I was telling you about. I just think that it is so pretty. Here's another little flower that I'll have to pop towards the front. And then also this crocheted flower in a neon. for checking out all the details about the fall 2021 Knit Collage Knit Along with me, and also helping me finish my Platastic scarf. It always feels good to finish projects, and especially when they are such fun and beautiful projects. I really hope you'll consider joining the Knit Along. It's just such a fun and special experience. So I hope you guys have an awesome day. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to join me for all the fun crochet and knit things. Thanks so much for watching.